Okay, let us start with this session. So, as far as this paper is concerned, Bullcat 5, we kept the verbal easy to moderate, not difficult to moderate to difficult from my side. From our side, if I analyze this paper, so verbal section was easy to moderate. Am I correct? As far as the distribution is concerned, total there were 15 easy questions and 19 moderate. No difficult this time. But this doesn't mean that we should be scoring very high. Am I clear? My guess is that no doubt paper was easy, but I think with this time we kept the choices very close. Likewise, we kept this Bullcat 6. Right now, I don't know whether you have taken Bullcat 6 or not, but point is this time we kept the choices very close. Yes or no? Okay. So the person who got the first rank, his score was 83 marks. He's got 83 marks, and his percentile accuracy in percentage was 88%. Pretty high in terms of when it comes to verbal language, English language is pretty high. But percentile was 99.93. And the person who got just 90 means we judge every time we take into account the 90 percentile level also. So 90 percentile with 90% accuracy is again very high of this guy. 90% accuracy, he got 52 marks. One who got 52 marks had this 91 percentile in this exam. So I don't know about your percentile, but if I talk about a little bit of overconfidence, for example, whenever we come across easy section, let it be verbal DI quant, and when we start solving, especially in case of RCs in English, we start feeling overconfident, and I think this is one of the reasons that we don't get good marks. So if I start with the analysis, so nothing much to discuss today, but point is that I have just picked a few questions because paper is 14 easy and 19 moderate. So this time one or two RCs, I think two RCs were a little tricky one and one or two summary questions. One or two, I would say, para jumble questions in spite of being easy, but we kept again the choices very close. So let's check. Let us start with the analysis. Okay, didn't ask that what was your stand. Okay, Siddhant Guru and Shifali Bhave. I think Bhave or Bhave Singla, Chandigarh. Ashima, so what was your score? I shouldn't be asking this very personal question. It is kind of rubbing salt on the old wounds. So what was your take on this? So what was your percentile? Just tell me the range. That this time you were satisfied with your performance, you were not satisfied, or you felt that could have scored more, but this time you were not able to. Next time you will take every possible precaution to increase your score. So yes, guys, so your take, Siddhant Guru, Shifali, Bhave, Vidisha, Shruti. So exam was easy, Shifali. Yes, paper was easy, and probably this is actually very close to, you can say, real cat. Real cat would be something like this which you saw in Bullcat 5, but normally what we are giving you in Bull Mocks and other Bull Cats, where you find things to be pretty difficult, and they are much higher than, we generally set these paper higher than actual cat. Bullcat 5, I would say that very close to real cat. So, but again, we should be practicing enough as far as difficult papers are concerned, because and I tell you every time that after the exam, you take any particular exam, let it be Bull Mock or Bull Cat series, so take the printout and solve the paper. Entire paper take 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, just for the sake of learning, because learning is very important. Right now still we have got ample time left, so practice should be enough, so that we should be confident enough to face the challenge on D-Day. So tomorrow I think we'll be starting with NMAT 1. So have you filled NMAT 1 also, guys? NMAT 1. Will you be taking NMAT also? Ritupurna, you got 83 percentile in verbal, 17 in quant, 53 in LR. Okay. So tomorrow we shall be launching NMAT 1 based on previous level, previous last year NMAT. So Narsi Monji after decent college. If you get Mumbai campus, it would be considered one of the good options. So let us start with the analysis. Okay. Now this question is now we have to find out the misfit one. Misfit one. Identify the sentence with misfit. Yes, Ritipura, Narsi Monji is a good college to apply, especially the Mumbai campus. Narsi Monji is a decent college. Decent college, definitely. And don't think that it's a college we should apply or not. Make the list of all good colleges. Likewise, we keep on recommending our student different colleges. We keep on telling the range also. Within this range, you can go for these colleges. But point is, try to maximize your chances. All of you, those who are attending this session, and I tell in my classes also. And after clearing all the GDs and PIs of each and every college you go for, then decide at the end we'll decide which way to go. So right now, do not reject or select any college because the level of college is not, but decent. You should go for all decent colleges. 67th. So again, I just picked it for the sake of picking this question. Question is very easy. Yes, in all the sentences we are talking about the mistakes and how running after the mistakes or too much worrying about the mistakes can make us passive and can distract us even. And second is a little out of track. It's not talking about the mistake, but it's talking about that you come from work and you tell your friend that today you didn't make any mistake. So this is, otherwise we are talking about we argue with the amount of energy, it can make us passive, means your ability to look at the mistakes or try to. Yeah. Ridhumana, it says that great day and we handbrake. Otherwise we are talking about running too much after this, worrying too much after will not be able to gain insight. So 3 sentences saying something and this second is saying that I think you all have marked this question as easy and I would consider this as easy. And if you get these easy questions wrong, that means either it is overconfidence or let's say we lack of connect with this language a little. Let's move on to our next question. It's taking some time to load. Now this is a tricky question. Summary, and because the choices deliberately we kept the choices tricky, so in order to communicate effectively with other people, one must have reasonably accurate idea of what they do know and do not know. Very important line. That is pertinent. Do we know the meaning of pertinent, guys? So generally is one of the very easy trick to confuse you with our vocabulary. Pertinent is relevant to the communication. Treating people as though they have knowledge they do not have can result in miscommunication. Very simple, commonsensical. If I assume that you know everything, there's no point in taking session and I should speak less or you should listen less, hear less, so the purpose would be defeated. Treating people as though they have knowledge that they do not have, miscommunication and perhaps embarrassment also. On the other hand, fundamental rule of conversation, at least according to the Grecian view, is that one generally does not convey to others information that one can assume they already have. Simply if you know something or everything, there's no point. So the keywords are very important. I told you that in summary we need to just focus on the keyword. This will teach you while taking your RC classes that how to track the main idea, and summary means whatever the author picked up, you need to pick up the major keywords, ideas, that's it. But again, the choices were too close this time. The passage easy to read, easy to understand, but this time we kept the choices very close. So let us talk about the options now. 69th. So why can't first be the option? Okay, answer is no doubt 2. Answer is 2 and must have got this question even correct also. But point is that what's the problem with the first? Clear communication means. Now whenever you look at the word means we're trying to draw inference. First of all, the first hint should be that we are trying to draw something out of the given facts. Means assume audience has enough knowledge of subject or the communication may be inhibited either by confusion or offense. So we cannot assume every time. This is one of the aspects he has highlighted. So it's more or less inference rather than summary. In summary, is talking about in which situations, in what situation miscommunication happens. So obviously second. Third is wrong. Conveying what people already know causes embarrassment. So how can this cause embarrassment? There is no mention of this, and miscommunication occurs as we do not take into account the fact that people do not know what they needs to be known. So it's not miscommunication. It is one of the aspects. So obviously, I think you all got this question correct. It is again fourth is kind of inference. And communicating what is already known. This is very much technically against the passage factual knowledge. Communicating what is already known should not be communicated. So, okay, moving on to the next question. Let's see what we have this time. So, very simple grammar based question. It is question number 74 this time, and we need to pick up take your time, just go through the sentence, try to recall the stuff, and with this particular situation we are supposed to pick up the grammatically correct sentences. C and E are correct, A rest, ABD wrong, ABD wrong. Yes Ashima, I think your grammar is fine. One is, so let's look at the sentences one by one. What's the problem with one? Yes Ritupurna, I think you all are grammar experts. It is not only emergency situation where one should volunteer. Now while speaking the sentence seems to be absolutely fine. So most of us we commit the same mistake that whenever we come across grammar based question, we try to solve the question with our spoken or whatever we feel or gut feelings, or my heart says something, and we are reluctant to listen to what our mind is saying, and we are not even aware of the few of the tricks related to. So never compare anything with your spoken. Most of the time we speak American English and we are not at all bothered about the grammar rules, etc. But it's fine. In communication day-to-day spoken, we should not be bothered about the grammar part. But right now here, we should be. So it is the only emergency situation that one should volunteer. Where one should, we are not talking about the place. Where is used when place, we are talking about the place. So we are not talking about place, we are talking about the situation as such. We need a pronoun where it should qualify the event or the episode or the situation. So that in place of where in this. And second is also, for instance, a man that values, with man the best pronoun, relative pronoun is who. And what's the problem with A, B and D? On saving his fellow prisoner of poverty, ignorance, neurosis or whatever other troubles might have, he should devote his efforts on. The problem with the D is not on. Problem with we should devote our efforts to saving, with devotion to something. So instead of on, it should be to save, not even saving. Devote his efforts to save his fellow passengers from poverty, ignorance. Very, very practical and philosophical sentence at the same time. So the time has come to move on to the next question. Any questions till now? Question 70 was long. In terms of question 70 primarily was based on, let me go through question number 70. Okay Shruti, I'll move my cursor there, and you'll be able to watch the correct answer. No doubt we give you the correct answers after you take the test. PDF is sent to your account, but I'll move on my cursor arrow there. So question number 70, yes, we were talking about question number 70. So what is about 70? Frugal engineering. Ritupurna, it was about frugal engineering. This passage actually came last time, original cat, and we picked up the passage. We framed the passage on the some similar subject this time, but the questions are not altogether different. But frugal engineering passage was from my point of view, frugal engineering was the passage was interesting, read and easy to understand even. But again, one or two questions I would say are difficult, but otherwise yes, passage. Otherwise, also we do, and it's very informative at the same time. We come to understand that frugal engineering, what exactly is frugal engineering, how come it is helpful, and by going this way, companies can be successful. Yeah, passage were easy. I think all the passages except I think no, I would say that all the passages were easy. So next, move on to. So very simple paper this time, and hope so. Cash should also be like this, and we should all have this particular. Okay, it's not. Question number 80. It is about summary. Question number 80 about summary. I think again this question was very easy. Okay, Dikshit Raman, superb. You are too fast. Even I haven't shown the choices yet, and you already know. That is called photographic memory. The answer has to be D for Delhi. Okay, so it talks about that earlier these religious chants were delivered by the church people or religious people. Finally in 9th century or after 9th century, early 9th century, the one Roman emperor Magne arranged for it to be distributed to other people also started participating. Earlier it was very monotonous, single tone, etc., and it started other ways also. Yes, Dikshit Raman, it is okay. You're taking 1.5 minutes. Yes, point. No doubt we need to maximize our score and per unit of time. That is one single philosophy that we should adopt, all of you. We need to maximize our score per unit of time. In single minute, how many question, or per unit of time, what I decide for myself, how many questions I can do, and average comes out to be. So yes, 1.5 minute is fine, but should be worried about our focus on our accuracy, but fine, it's good. The very time consuming aspect in this verbal section is your RC. So I don't know what the time you are taking to complete RC, single RC. Let's say if you are taking, should not take 6 to 7 minutes reading part, and 4 to 5 minutes I would say at the max the question answers part. So should not exceed 10 to 12 minutes, but there is no hard and fast rule. If you drop one RCs every time, so 3 RCs fine. So in this second is wrong. I'll move my cursor. Second is wrong because it was Europe and other countries, not worldwide. Become available to worldwide. Only churches across Europe. Second is wrong. And third, originally sung by professional singer. No, that was not sung by professional singer. Only church people, monks and nuns. So very easy question I would say. And summarizes the above paragraph is fourth. Fourth is the right answer option. All of you guys. Okay, let's move on to next question, guys. Okay, again very interesting question. It was inference based question, and question number 82nd based on neon light, and you want to go through again. You want to just take your time and go through the question. Neon light, it talks about the neon light was originally applied to the particular type of vapor lamp using inert colorless gas neon, and nowadays its connotation has undergone major changes, and long tube filled with neon etc. is talking about the construction. Not at all worried about this. Lamp then emitted characteristic reddish orange light. Today term neon light given to the lamps of this general type which may be filled with variety of gases depending on the color we want. He has given example also. Tube must be quite long in all these lamps to produce light efficiently. As a result, high voltages are required. So neon tube lamps are not practical for indoor illumination, but they are found widespread. So very easy simple question. and now we shall be asked inference based on this. See, whenever generally we are asked inference, so do not pick up the choice which is based. Now the trick is very simple. Whenever we are asked inference, do not pick up the choice which is based on an example in the passage. It should be something which is based on the facts given in the passage, not the example. In order to confuse you, in order to make you senti while you are taking the exam, we frame one choice which is based on example in the paragraph. So never pick up the choice while answering inference based question which is based on an example. Make sure that it should be based on facts. Am I clear, guys? Keep on pressing yes if whenever we discuss any trick. Because this is kind of now let us pick up the right inference. Neon light refers to all lamps that work on some general principle. No, it is second. So let's start from the last choice. Many gases are used to make neon lights, and different color gases give different color which looks so appealing on everybody's heading. You cannot say many gases, cannot be all the gases. And for neon we had only one. So neon lights are not colorful lights. Third is gone. Neon light has changed its meaning. Now it applied to those light which is used for glowing signs. It is one of the areas, kind of restatement. And it is saying never for illuminating households. It cannot be never for illuminating households. Earlier it used to be. So nowadays neon light refers to all lamps that work on a same general principle. Moreover, it is useful for business than private households. So I think that first is the right inference. So this is the right where I am moving my arrow. First option, 82nd question, answer number 1. Which particular line it is based on? As a result, high voltage. The last few lines and this inference. So whenever you are stuck between two close options while answering inference based question, go back to the passage or the paragraph and try to find out the fact rather than just relying on your memory or understanding that you have understood the total passage completely, thus 3 or 4 lines, and you try to recall, you try to work out the answer in your mind. Never do this. It is highly likely that you will get the wrong answer. So point is that definitely you should go and verify your answer and check the passage again whether is there any concrete fact upon which I can base my answer. If there is fact is there, then pick up the choice. Never ever rely on your memory only to answer inference based question. Most of the time we do this and we end up in getting wrong answers. So Dikshit Raman, it is see, neon lines are colorful light which are result of colorful lamps tube only through which different gases. No, it is color of the glass even. It's not only the color of the gas, it is color of the glass we want to change. That's why it is technically wrong, factually wrong. Am I clear, Dikshit? Okay, you're Dikshit Aman. Okay, fine. I'm continuously saying you Dikshit Raman. I don't know. You are Aman. That's it. New style of writing. This is your E name, I think. Your real name is Aman Dikshit, I suppose. Dikshit Raman, very stylish. E name. Okay, let's move on to next question. 1 or 2 parajumbles. Again, this time. Now seems to be very easy at the first go, but we'll find. Let us try this question. Do we know any trick related to this question? Let's okay, the opener, although anthrax and other, we are talking about the biological weapons and seems to be like 21st century threats, and they have been tools of terror for ages. See, whenever we are talking about the past times, 1300, Second World War, First World War, now we are in 2015, so we know that all these happened in past time. So whenever we are given so many time frames, just check that if the question is based can be arranged on the basis of chronosequencing. Chronosequencing is that we try to arrange the events as per the time frames, first past, then present, then future. So we are talking about anthrax and other biological weapons. They've been terror for ages. Now this opener A, D is very clear. Now there are DC, obviously in both the options, third and fourth DC is fine. Now the problem is after C, B or A. C says ancient army, for instance, tainted water supplies for entire cities, etc. One of the examples that how come it was there for ages and still is there. A says during World War I. B says 1300. So 1300 is much earlier than World War I. That's the only point. So one jump warfare 1300 got ability out of the population of Europe. So that's why DCB, I suppose. Am I clear? Am I clear? Aman Dikshit? We are talking, we need to follow whenever you come across time frame questions, check 99.99% the trick would be to go by the chrono pairing and the keyword link and you will get the right answer. That's how we solve. Yes, it was based on chrono pairing, Shifali. So you got it. I think you also got it right. So Aman, are we clear about this question? No doubt. Now things cannot be changed, but point is that whenever you come across any of these, so we should try to look at. Keep on revising the tricks. Parajumble's very scoring topic, easy topic, and we'll get 3 to 4 questions based on this. Okay, now this is about curds. Always have conjured image. Now author, I think let's try to recall the passage. It was in the first one or two paragraph. He is talking about how Kurds, the people from Kurdistan, they were earlier tortured and they suffered hell a lot by various communities, and they were inflicted casualties and other such operations. But somehow this is a stable corner in the world. They gain independence. Now they are living peacefully. 1 or 2 paragraphs. Then it talks about that this is one of the ancient city, and then the author takes us to the Scotland. Suddenly there is a change of scene. I'll just move my arrow here, cursor. There are worlds of difference between Scotland and Kurdistan, and naturally operation being the principal one means the Scotland didn't go through all the operation through which Kurds went through. Difference, we are talking about the difference, not commonality or mutual commonality. But here where I am moving my cursor is that it is talking about what is common between these two areas. Political, cultural, economic distinctiveness. So I think from this particular point we picked up one question and framed one question for you, because while reading we are not able to sometimes recall while answering the question. And it is talking about why we should why Scotland should go for independence and should take itself out of British Empire, England. And because he has given 2 or 3 beautiful reasons that when they can think independently, resources are enough, etc., etc. He has given enough reason for Scotland to gain independence from British. Simple, very interesting, very good passage, sentimental passage. So let's see question. All of the following are the reasons. I could have answered this question even without reading the passage. Reason for seeking independence except. He has talked about that we are distinct in terms of political inheritance, cultural, economics. So definitely one of the reasons that we should go for independence. You believe in yourself. One of the reasons. One, desire recognition. Everything is fine. Instability around. If I say that my neighbors are not stable, and one of the solid reasons I give to my colonizer that I should be made free, doesn't go with the sentiment of the passage. So it is 85th question. Except, be careful while answering the question, except 4th. Yes, instability around make you want to be stable, and we want independence. We are talking about independence. Yes. So Ritupurna, absolutely fine. You have to be alert, vigilant while answering the question. We should be able to handle or answer that much where whatever has been asked rather than going here and there. All in all, very goody paper. I think if real cat comes this way, we all shall be very happy, and we shall be waiting for the call letter from IIMS, I suppose, and I hope that paper should be something like this, because this is very close to your real cat. You will not find a paper difficult than this, as far as my experience says. And do not benchmark your performance whenever you come across very difficult verbal. This is to check and to give you confidence rather than demotivating you or demoralizing you. So question number 90, it is again grammar based. Try to recall, very interesting. We have introduced very silly error, the spelling of vacuum. Generally I think whenever we write vacuum, we write whatever is written here. I think we all use this, where I'm moving my arrow, vacuum, spelling of vacuum. Hardly you will observe, you will see that the spelling here is wrong. Very silly this time we introduce. And it is not always that life is full of thorns. As always people say that grammar is full of thorns, sometimes it is bed of roses. Vacuum, very simple question. And vacuum, in this we are asked to pick up the correct ones. A gone because of spelling. In spelling it should be W rather than double C, but I think we all write double C. And in this D, cost of getting. Yes. Take movie theater, the ease and cost to get, because we need to make the sentence parallel also. Second half, and parking the car. So ease and cost of getting a babysitter and parking the car effect. So parallelism, again very simple concept, nothing new, nothing dangerous like anthrax, germ warfare. So grammar, now by this time I think you should be enough confident enough about grammar, because right now I think 31 odd tests already have happened. And take the printout, keep on revising the grammar stuff, all these sentences only, and rules associated. You will find that things would start repeating themselves. That's how we take grammar head on. So it is now last passage, I think 94, 96. I picked up only one or two questions. So it is about Brazilian rainforest, very important issue taken up by the passage, that how come Brazilian government was able to check curb on this cutting of the rainforest, and used 2 or 3 techniques like rewarding them, giving them incentives, making stricter laws. And how come he has highlighted 3 or 4 time frames also. During this happened, during this happened. And how come rich farmers were following the laws made by the government, small farmers were not. And one soya bean, people started clearing forest to sow soya bean, to get soya bean, because demand increased in the market. And suddenly when it came down, so that is how it is highlighting. But in overall the passage was very easy, no doubt a little lengthy, a little science based and fact based. So whenever we come across too many facts, we are not able to retain too many facts. It is better to go back to the passage while answering the questions. So let us see the questions which I picked up. Little lengthy passage just to kill your time. Otherwise passage was very simple. Could have increased your speed while reading the passage. So what could be the reason that author states that deforestation had not yet stopped? Rich farmers, they are following as per the passage. Reaction to the soya bean and the cattle boycott, this also reason that why it stopped. Retaliation of the Brazil Amazon policy, one of the reasons, not the reason. But small landholders are not following. As per the passage, you will find this one of the lines that they are not following the rules made by the government there, and somehow now Brazil has been able to overcome this problem of deforestation there, and it has been reduced by 70%, right from 70. This is talking about 2009, 10, etc. Passage say that 70% they were able to control. They are able to control 70% of this problem. So great victory, triumph. Therefore, next question we picked up on the similar word triumph. Which of the following can be understood from the information? Again, very technical, very simple, direct question. Shouldn't get these easy questions, direct questions wrong. If you're getting these wrong, it means you're relying too much on your memory, you're not going back to the passage while answering the question, or you're not able to connect well with the passage, or you were too tired while reading this passage. You were not able to locate the lines while reading, you will miss those lines upon which the question was based. So question number 96 primarily. Yes, it is first and fourth. Deforestation has been effectively curtailed by Democratic Republic of second and fourth. Second, Amazon jungle should not be a place where there should be environmental concerns, because now the things have changed, and for Brazil was able to restrict. This is very clear because of less deforestation. Brazil was able to restrict, and this I think he has given in first few paragraphs, one or two, second paragraph, last line, CO2 emissions. So very simple. Otherwise, second and fourth, answer is fourth. I think we are approaching time also. Question number 98. It is about again. Let's see. Check where. I think inference based question. Last slide, guys. The very important and very cute word while in any session is last. So this is last slide, last line, and we shall be meeting next time with bullcat, I suppose 27 or bullcat 6, a little tougher than this. I don't know whether you have taken bullcat 6 or not, but I'm not demoralizing you, but we made it a little tougher. So yes, Rutupurna, answer is either second or fourth. You're absolutely right. Answer is second. City lights hamper the observation of the spectacular view of night sky. It says that because of the pollution and other such hindrances, the stargazers are not able to view the night sky clearly. So with this, the time has come to wind up the session. Thank you for showing the patience and bearing me for 1 hour. And there was nothing much in this paper except one or two summary or one or two parajumble tricks that I wanted to share with you, where I felt that people are getting wrong either because of overconfidence or because of too many attempts. And while answering the inference based question, do not rely on your memory. It's better to go back to the passage and never base inference based question answers on the examples given in the passage. Fact, inference is actually conclusion drawn on the basis of given fact. There should be some basis upon which you draw inference. So the time has come to, guys, wind up the session. So yes, Aman Dikshit, definitely your score will improve. This time paper was not so difficult. Whenever we have the difficult paper, generally then the tricks all are also good. But this is, I think, 20 or 25th session I am taking. We have discussed many tricks earlier. As the time now people are become really genius. So that's why the quota of tricks has come down. But whenever, yes, that verbal is tough, and definitely. Okay, Ritupurna, when you come next time, just ask this question at the start of the session. We shall be sharing all the tips with rest of the guys even. I've got the next class to take, but it is tough. Don't worry, I think your English is fine and you'll be able to score well in that even. Focus on RCs. Primarily the one main point is that ZAT is RC driven. So focus on RCs, especially the short and very difficult RCs. Wherever you come across, practice short and difficult RCs. Especially want to practice RCs. All of you guys, make sure that you take up this GMAT. Pick up any GMAT guide. Let it be Kaplan, Manhattan, whatever, and practice RCs a lot to crack this ZAT. So see you guys next time around. All the best.